A lot of folks ask, what do you like to cook at home? For me at home, it's about being unpretentious. It's about just going in the kitchen and having flow, just being like a maestro. This recipe is one of my favorites. I like that it's unpretentious and I like that it's effortless. I've got a pot on and it's getting nice and warm already because what I'm looking for is the butter goes in there for that initial heat. So we're going to take some butter. I like to use unsalted butter when I'm cooking because I prefer to add the salt to it myself. So that goes in the pan. We want to just coat the pan. Now I'm using an induction burner by a Kenmore Elite, of course, and this is going up to a medium heat for this. I've got the garlic which is chopped. Fantastic, and I'm going to add the garlic to the pan, and you can see now already this room's going to start to smell good within moments. The shallots, we're just actually sweating them in the pan, which means about medium to high heat. We're not looking to brown the onions, we just want to get that nice sweet taste out of them. So if you look in the pan now, you can see that they're cooking. Now that they've sweated, we're going to add some wine. Try to use a crisp, dry wine for this. Add the wine to here. Bring this up to a boil. Now what you want to do, where most common mistakes are when people make mussels, is that they don't let this come down. I want to let this come down for about 3 to 4 minutes to like a syrup, because remember when the mussels go in there and the shrimp go in there, they're going to release water, because we're looking for a broth where we can dip bread in, because that's my favourite part. So we can see now as we look in the pan, it's starting to reduce down to like a nice syrup. The alcohol's cooked out. For anybody who's worried about using alcohol in cookery, feel free to use some apple juice or some chicken stock for this. If you're a vegetarian, feel free to use some vegetable stock. So what we want to do now is actually add the shrimp and the mussels. So I'm going to grab some of the shrimp, I'm going to place them into the pot, just placing them in there, and these are going to take about 3 minutes to cook. And then I'm going to take some of these mussels, place them in there. We're taking them off the ice because that's how we like to store mussels. Mussels really like that. And then what we're going to do now is this is going to chill the pan down. So I'm going to put the heat up to high. On this induction burner, it has a thing called power boost, and the power boost is going to get the heat up straight away. It's fabulous, getting every one of those mussels in there. And what we want to do now is actually give it a stir, just like this, and then we want to add the lid to it. What's going to happen is the lid is going to trap in. We got that juice in there. We got the juice from the mussels. We got the wine, and everything's going to come together. It's going to cause a steaming process that will cause the mussels to open. Now you only want to go about 3 minutes. If you go more than 1 minute more, it can actually cause the mussel to go tight. Sometimes you have mussels that are not plump and juicy. They're as tough as a flip-flop. We don't want that to happen. While they're cooking, I'm just going to grab some basil, and we're going to do a thing called chiffonade, or basically into ribbons. I'm just going to take the basil, fold it over each other. Now listen, don't be pretentious. It doesn't matter if one's a little bit thicker than the other one. You're at home. You're meant to be enjoying cooking. Fantastic. Bringing it off. Let's take a look in the pot. These are going to be nearly done already. Now look, the mussels have opened. See the way they've opened up? The shrimp are cooking beautiful. Fantastic. Put them on for about 1 more minute and we're going to be happy days. I find that a lot when we watch a lot of these shows that people spend too much time working on presentation, the food gets cold and it causes you and your partner to have an argument. The best way I think to serve food is just to bring it off the stove, bring it over to the table. I always put a damp cloth, or you could use a trivet on there, and then what we want to do is just come to here, add some of the fresh basil, just the fresh basil, and then remember, seafood always loves acidity, so fresh lemon, just fresh lemon comes across. I'm squeezing it through my actual fingers because I want to catch rid of them seeds, because in the United States you have teeth, and in England we don't have teeth, so it doesn't really matter about the seeds. Squeezing it across, and then what we want to do is toss that around. Now take a look in the pan, you can see them mussels perfectly cooked. I just want to show you a perfectly cooked mussel. See the way it's so plump? It's plump, it's delicious, and it's not tough. And if that would have went for a minute or 2 more, then you would end up with this tough mussel. I want to take one of these, and then what I want to do is actually try it, have a taste. It's got this sweet flavour from the wine. I can taste the floral flavour from the actual basil as well. The only thing maybe it's short of is a little bit of ground pepper. It needs some ground pepper. I'm not going to add any salt because we've got a beautiful taste of the sea already. When it comes to serving it, just serve it with some crispy grilled bread. This bread is going to absorb all that sauce. Look at the side of the pan, that sauce. This in here, to me, is what I call a heavenly recipe. It's unpretentious, it's effortless. You can get all the ingredients in your supermarket. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you make it for your friends and family. Until next time, I'm Jon Ashton. I'm going to feed the rest of the crew. They're all smiling like SpongeBob. See you next time, folks. Cheerio for now. Happy days.